GS. 2 more players down, they both get hard res, and now TFH getting their empowers off, and GS staying back, avoiding the damage coming down. They seem to be a little bit timid about pushing right now. TFH dissuading Haru's push with the range pressure, and now pushing back into GS. There's one down right now. They're leaping on top of him. Gonna try to finish him off. One player's down for TFH, so it's a bit of a rally war. It looks like one player for GS is gonna go down. The banner message getting in the way of me seeing what was happening, and now TFH getting pushed back into their side. GS now moving in, trying to make something happen here. However, they're low on numbers. It looks like TFH has the advantage in this fight. GS, one player very low right now. King Gorilla on top of him. He's gonna get caught right here. He's very low. It's a Necro. He's almost down. However, King Gorilla backing up, going for an empower, choosing to use his use that advantage to get a regroup off and get back to full health. Pushing back in now. They're looking for a low Necro or low Guardian right now. Caught in the stack. King Gorilla still chasing him. They're gonna pull back. There's a down in the back. It's Shnicky, the Ellie. They're gonna train him down. GS trying to answer, putting a bomb on top of his body. King Gorilla, he actually gets punted away by King Gorilla's train back towards the stand. So they get finally securing that kill. GS, not a lot of players left. I believe the driver is down. They are playing either that or they're playing very passively. They push forward into TFH's stack. TFH though moving back, taking the hits head on, and there's only a few GS left. Looks like one player from TFH is down. However, they need to secure the res right now. They do have the ability. They're going to go ahead and drop a banner on him though to get him back up. Another player from TFH is down, and GS moving, trying to get the stop. They're going to be a rally war between the two. TFH trying to cleave out the player from GS, and looks like they're going to get him down, so they win the rally war. 3 more GS go down. TFH finishing off one of them, pushing on the other two. One gets up. They're trying to res the third. Both are down right now in the refuge. They're bombing on the refuge now. Those 2 players very likely are dead, and one of them is dead in the refuge. So one player very low in the back. TFH now on the full offensive, pushing GS into their corner. It looks like GG might have been called. No, GG hasn't been called. They're finishing this last GS player. GS re-empowering in their corner here, and that's actually going to be the round with that last player going down. So the 6th round is going to go TFH. So good job by TFH bringing it back there. Much better by them.
You could see that was like one quick thing I noticed is they didn't blast stealth all the way in Africa. They kind of pulled up, halfway across the arena before blasting stealth. I think that helped them get the engage that they wanted. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Did you notice the range pressure from TFH that time?
Much better.
Yeah, it was a lot better.
They actually, I think they switched in that Necro we were talking about earlier.
Listening to the stream.
They did switch in a Necro. They took Guardian out. They put a Necro in for him instead.
That's what you gotta play.
So,
like I said, there's always, comps and counter comps. If you're not adaptable, then you're just gonna lose straight up.
And just those extra wells and that extra Lich Form going up. We saw the Liches directly downing people, and we saw the extra damage dissuading Haru from pushing.
Yeah, when you play against hammers, how good your range pressure is pretty much wins it for you. So if you don't have the right comp against hammers, it'll definitely hurt you.
Yeah. So, one more round to go. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I mean, anyway.
I don't want to play this tonight.
So, if you were to debate between hammer and greatsword, like I said, there's strengths and weaknesses both, right? Obviously, hammer, you get your spike damage a lot more frequently with Mighty Blow being on a relatively short cooldown. You get a lot more water blast, a lot more sustain. You get a really nasty immobilize, which allows you to people within your bomb, and you get the ring is really useful, not doing protection uptime, and then punting people away from banners. But at the same time, you're not going anywhere with those hammers. So if they have vision on you, you just pretty much get free casted on the whole Ag versus NS thing. It came down to that, and I feel like NS could have played better even with their hammers, especially if they did the continual stealth blasting thing that GS does if you try to range only them.
NS, there wasn't this plastic thing at the time, I believe.
Yeah, but if they did do that, see, they could have probably, actually got their engage off on you instead of you kiting them around, right? So, just some food for thought. There's different things that you can do. There's so many interactions. If you look at combo fields and for example, with the new stability change, Dazing Strike from static fields, that's pretty cool. It strips off stacks of stab because if you put a static down on top of them and then your melee leaps in, look at swords or swords or whatever. You're applying Dazing Strike to whoever you leap into, and that rips stab stacks, and then everyone pulls, which means you rip AoE stab stacks, and you just, so you slowly take off those stacks, and then there's so many things you can play around with, and I feel like people should play around with them more. That way you can figure out what's actually really good for you and your group.
Yeah, one thing I've actually I think would be really interesting to see, but haven't seen too much so far, is a hammer comp playing against a pretty heavy pirate ship and running JI on all of their guardians. I think that would be a pretty
NS
interesting
did do that.
way to play
They
out.
tried that.
They tried it out, but they tried it out, but not with
They tried
much
it out once
practice.
or twice. If you're only going to try something once or twice, you're not going to know if it's good or not.
Exactly. I would like to see that, like, somebody be practicing that and trying to use it extensively against a pirate ship, because I think that would actually probably work pretty well for the
But
GI.
people are.
The problem with the JI is that when you leap in, the rest of your melee can see where you leaped into and follow you pretty easily. If you JI in, you kind of just appear in the middle of their stack.
Another
Just,
problem
you
with that is
just have to call out a target really quickly.
say
Yeah,
you
it's
JI,
really
on,
doable.
you JI on a warrior, and that warrior leaps like to Africa by accident, and then you JI to Africa with him.
Well, that's kind of like a really specific
Yeah,
example.
but what do you
Like,
what do you
if
give
they
up
leap
for the
into
JI?
you? Well, if they leap into you and you JI, now you're back where you
Well,
started. Basically.
that means you're winning because they looped into you and you're running hammers. They must be retarded, so you're gonna win anyway. Like, I think in a melee fight, because of that bucket burst and the immobilize, hammers are a lot superior in a straight up melee brawl. But what really gives
Actually-
this greatsword? Actually, what?
Go ahead. I was
Yeah,
gonna
go.
say what they should do is they should have the driver with JI, and I'm gonna make fun of this. The rest of the melee train with
Oh my god.
merciful intervention,
Merciless intervention.
and they just renamed their guild. They just
Frickin'
renamed their
Jimmy.
guild to Jimi Hendrix.
I mean, yeah, because once your driver JI is in by himself, he's gonna need all that healing from Merciful.
Yeah, you just heal him up
Trust me.
full. Everyone goes in, he's full healed. It's a 6k heal. Or no, it's more than that. Actually, yeah, that would be it'd be 10k heal.
You haven't seen driver sniping until your driver JI's into their stack with a hammer. By himself.
And everyone else just popped up after him, full healing themselves.
I mean, it could be interesting, really. Problem with, like, you only have 3 utility slots, and stand your ground absolutely must be.
Oh, the driver for TFH disconnected. That's why this is taking so long.
You guys have been talking to Coyote way too much.
What do you mean? Oh no, Jimmy.
This
dude.
Jimmy crap.
Jimmy is the best. I feel bad about sharing that. I hope so. I hope I see a Jimmy before the end of this tournament. Otherwise I'm
We
gonna cry.
tried the Jimmy, not in the tournament. I think we did it versus
I-
BGA.
I want to see it in the
Something.
tournament.
Alright, I'll do it just for you. I'll do it randomly about the Jimmy.
I don't want to see it from you. I want to see it from someone else.
Wow, racist.
I'll talk to Stonewall.
You already
I'll
have
get-
something
I'll get
that I'm
Stone to pull
interested in
Jimmy out.
I mean,
Oh no, I want to
you
see. I want to see someone like. I want to see BGA run it against you guys and win.
Jimmy's? I doubt it.
Yeah, or Boo run it, or DUI run it. I want to see one of these. I don't care if you guys run it because you guys won't ever use it again.
Hold on,
that's
Georgie,
fair.
are you telling me that you don't want to watch Stone pull his Jimmy out?
Only Fallen. Stop. Gosh.
Oh crap! That's why I gotta give Garm that picture of you still, so he can write "I want fallen" all over it.
Oh my god. You have
TFH
that.
this round will keep up that range pressure though that we saw from last round. I really want to see a bunch of Necro Marks. Like, you can use Mark 5 too. Mark 2 and Mark 5. Just throw them all over the place. Because if they plan on crossing your Mark 5, they're going to have to pop stab to get through it. Which means
Mhm.
they have, their stab rotations messed up by the time they jump on you. So they're pulling out, then you just leap on them and they just die.
I don't know. I kind of like saving Mark 5 for just fucking with casters personally. Well, it's
No,
a
no,
lot
I
harder
agree
to do now that all of your casters are going to stealth like for a long time. Because normally you would just save it for when they're trying to get that static on you and you just fear them away. Just get the fuck off, bitch. But, with everybody going into stealth now, it's a little bit harder. But even once they come out of stealth, just getting those LEs off of the stack to kind of give your melee a little bit of a reprieve.
Something you can really do that a lot of people I don't see do, it requires a lot of awareness on your part, but if you notice that they're ganking on the same side of the Obsidian Sanctum as you, then what you can do is drop Mark 5 at your feet. So anytime a thief opens on you, it immediately gets feared off. So like his steel proc is pretty much wasted completely. The days and everything's completely wasted. So I wish more people would do that, but they don't, unfortunately.
Or like if their ganks on your side of Obsidian Sanctum, you just tell your melee and they run them over and kill them, and you
Yeah,
don't waste a
sometimes
fear
you-
mark.
Sometimes you gotta remind gank that this isn't like, like a 2v2 or 3v3 or whatever. Like, you gotta go in there and show them what you should respect your melee. Like, for example, I literally saw Schnicky go down like 4 times in one round. I think it was round 5, 4 or 5.
Hmm.
Kept on going down, and they, I don't know, they should just run him down, just chase him into their train. I don't know, force the rally, I don't know, just kill him.
Wow, the same 3 people have been streaming Guild Wars 2 for the last 8 hours.
Saturday, marathon it.
Wow, I actually I'm always very impressed with the 24-hour streams.
Steel, what I meant, Steel says the Steel will be casted, but the backstab will be interrupted. Yeah, but what I meant is the day's duration from Steel will be negated because you cleared them away. So
Well, they'll be more than negated.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll
Yeah,
be
but if-
deflated.
If the thieves have brains and can see that there's a mark underneath the necro,
Okay,
they're
well,
not
I
gonna
mean,
jump
you
on
try
it.
finding one
Yeah,
mark on the
Chipp.
ground when there's
Chip,
like
tell
30
him what's up.
billion
The
fucking
only
things
gang
being
player
thrown
in this
around.
channel.
Why the heck would like the necro be inside of the melee? Like if the necro is
no,
where the
I'm just
necro
saying.
should be, there shouldn't be
Like,
stuff
the
around
marks
him.
are like so transparent, pretty much. Like,
I'm sure if a thief saw the mark, he'd be like, yeah, no.
I mean,
But of
Faov, this is
course-
obviously why you just run only Mesmers and Rangers, so you can just press one at them from 2100 and
no,
2200
you
range
press 2 as a
respectively.
ranger. You can't press 1.
Well,
That's
if you can re-keybind it.
Just
And then
to
you
make
can
it
press-
easier for you.
Yeah.
Who needs to
I mean-
attack when you can press rapid fire?
I thought about making my 2 when I play Ranger Q. Or
Just have a
W.
macro
I don't
to
even need
shoot
to
it
move
off
forward.
cooldown.
Just
Just
have
back,
my W.
just strafe side to side.
I actually have a macro on my mouse. I changed one of the DPI buttons to it just presses 1, and I have my loot key set to L, so it just spams 1 and L, so I can play this game one-handed when I'm playing Guardian.
I think we need to redefine our top 5 list. I think it has to go going from 5 to 1. And it's got to go at number 5 TFH, at number 4 number 4 GS, at number 3 BMO, at number 2 IX, and then at number 1 TWL.
EWL, boys.
Sorry, Hyman. You're off the list.
That's alright. I'll
Try
take
again
mine
next year.
off. Who was that dude that made that power rankings or whatever?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
The
what
power
happened to
rankings were
that?
really entertaining.
Well,
to
I mean,
read.
well, the GvG
The salt that
quote-unquote
came out,
died
too.
when, the
the
scene
power
dies
rankings
and
came out.
It was, well, it depends on the specific ag. So,
Yeah,
how
because
it
you
is.
know, there's only like what?
Why
How
you
many
gotta,
guilds? 12
why you gotta
guilds in
talk
this?
about? Why you gotta talk about this on this stream? Why you gotta make everything so negative?
I'm just playing.
This is Kyrie's gonna come in here. Be angry.
Alright.
Yo,
Will be
bring
here.
Coyote in here.
That's the whole plan. Get him in here.
Not gonna come in. He's busy.
Make fun of him for playing Terra.
He's busy.
ERPing.
You guys need to show some first. Can we get
Respect to Coyote,
GSCH in the top 5 too?
Please.
I think some people took my top 5 just now seriously.
No, definitely. The top 5 are in order are, of course, Tempest Wolves Legacy, because they're the best guild that ever was and ever will be. And then IX. And then, of course, Gun Squad, BMO.
Oh,
or
I
depending on
want
who
to
wins.
see Gun Squad. Has Gun Squad and BMO happened yet?
No, I need to schedule that.
That is gonna
Actually,
be.
Faov, if we want the
We're gonna-
real top 5, I think you have to go to this website right here.
Get out of here, Whitehelm.
And obviously,
Shut up.
Obviously,
Glob.
ONS is still number 1. Glob is still number 2 NA. Getting
Shut
that
up,
one
Glob.
out. Cutting Edge, I have no idea who that is, but they're number
Someone
3.
ban
NS is
that
number
shit.
4.
Someone
Glob,
SOS.
Glob confirmed. Glob confirmed better than NS. And
Someone
Eternal
take his
Wow
spot
is
away.
what they are. It's
George.
number 5.
I'm him out.
Why is that not SOS? I don't understand.
This is so long ago.
No. That's list is definitely current. ONS,
Definitely.
dude. Top guild.
ONS number 1. Okay,
TA
so
is even on there for a year.
but we're gonna have to do BMO versus GS as a feature match after tonight, boys.
Oh, definitely. We'll probably have to do
GS is now a
100
feature
gold
match
giveaway,
guild.
800
Top 4.
gems.
We're gonna
Honestly,
have,
when GS showed up, they got like rolled by most people. They're doing a lot better. I think they actually get like.
Well, this
more
tournament,
people.
they have a near perfect record so far. I think they've only lost 1 round so in the
I
tournament.
got
Let me
this.
see.
Put me in, coach. I got this.
Whoa. Jimmy. Let me see what
Crushing
GS had.
dreams.
Yeah, GS almost has a perfect score apart from losing 1 round to Boo.
Damn, boo the gods. Well, no, they just lost a round in TFH.
Oh, well now they've lost 2 rounds in this tournament. My bad. I was looking at the old schedule. Or the old spreadsheet. God, the tier 1 hate in this chat. Or the passive aggressiveness, I mean.
I love tier 1. Don't you?
So
love
we're still
that I'm
waiting for
sharing
the driver to
gloves?
log in from TFH. But
Love sitting in queue for an hour.
this is like the one time I would say you can't substitute someone.
I'll drive for them. I'm transferring my account right now.
You'll transfer to drive for them.
Yo, I'll
Why-
draw for them.
Chip, if you turn me to a MOA again.
What?
Actually, I don't mind.
Yeah.
I like being a MOA.
You just can't
it's
jump.
It's a superior beast.
Is it?
Yeah, I think he will have about 10 more